alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I want to play a game.
Hello and welcome to the Sounds from the Grave podcast. My name is Yussef.
My name is Vania.
I'm Kyle.
And Mommy's with the maggots now.
Isn't that from another movie? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Yes, that's from Weevil Bread Highs. Anyway, we're back with an all-new episode, not as long of a hiatus as the previous time. But yes, we are back with an all-new episode. There aren't really a whole lot of horror news to discuss. It hasn't really been any big releases or big trailers for horror movies recently, I think.
Yeah, Maxine got confirmed for July 4th, 2024.
And we did get that new picture of Mia Goth.
Yeah.
And Halsey.
I hate that we're having to wait a whole another year, but
I think it's worth it, though.
it'll be worth it, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, we got that new picture where we got a confirmation of when it's going to be releasing. I cannot wait for that.
Yep.
I'm excited for it. Obviously, I'm going to be watching X and Pearl right before and then going straight into Maxine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What else got it officially announced? Okay, I can't remember if we talked about this last episode or not, or because remember Beetlejuice 2 finally got officially
we talked about
confirmed.
that, yeah, and you were like, I refuse to believe that until I'm in the theater.
That's right,
sitting
yeah,
there
we
watching
did.
It, yeah. Oh, actually, based on that, we did get confirmation that Danny Elfman is going to be scoring the movie again.
Yes. Oh, and not even just that.
Oh, yes.
We also have confirmation that Danny Elfman is officially doing the music in the parks for Epic Universe in Monsters Land.
That's going to be Danny Elfman, and if you guys have listened to the Wolfman soundtrack that he did for the 2010 Benicio del Toro, we are in for a treat, because that is one of the best soundtracks he's ever made.
That's going to be sick.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for that. I'm so hyped up now. Like, I was already hyped for Monsters Land in Epic Universe, but like this is way more than I even could have dreamed of with like background music. So look at that. Good job, Danny Elfman. Make us proud.
Yep.
But
I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. But I mean, outside of that, we haven't gotten any other big news, I think, that you guys can think of,
I'm
right?
trying to think. I
should have like looked at like Bloody Disgusting or something before we started.
Yeah.
It's all good, whatever. Now I think we touched on like major stuff so far, so.
Yeah.
But
as far as like releases coming up, we have that Boogeyman that's coming out June 2nd.
Oh, and Renfield is available on digital now too for anybody that hasn't seen it. I still haven't seen it.
What, Renfield?
Yeah.
You still haven't seen Renfield? What is wrong with you?
Listen, where do I start?
I haven't seen Renfield either.
ASAP. You'll need to watch it ASAP. It is Nick Cage at his cagiest.
It is cagiest.
And you'll be wow, I need Nick Cage to solely do horror movies from here on out. Because this man has found his market.
Niche.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to mention, dude, the other dude is really fucking good in it, and it's just a good. Like, I can't think of anything I didn't like about the movie.
Okay.
It's just really campy and bloody, and it's just fucking great.
Yeah, no, I need to watch it already.
Yes.
Yeah, if I don't watch it in theaters, I'll just wait for the home release and I'll just buy it when it comes out.
It's it's already on Prime.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I want to get like a physical copy. I mean.
Yeah. Y'all will also have a new meme to use against me, because there's literally scenes where they're just constantly saying "fuck you, Kyle" to this one dude. And I was in the movie. I was like, "Oh god damn it!"
I should just like screen record that, and every time you say something ridiculous on an episode, I'll just play it.
Fuck you, Kyle. I was like, "God damn it!" It's like, really.
That's funny.
As we were leaving the theaters, everybody was just going, fuck you, Kyle. I was like, God damn it, I'm
now like it's gonna be like a mishmash. It's like, fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah.
They were sisters. What the fuck is up, Kyle?
Oh my god. No, whenever it comes to digital, because do not waste your time in theaters with it. y'all need to watch just as a joke because I'm telling you, it's not a good. Y'all need to watch the Black Demon.
Oh God. I have a thing against shark movies just because like nothing tops Jaws for me, so I'm like, everything else is inferior.
So fucking bad. And it literally, the main actor guy was one of the guys who's in one of the scenes in American Psycho. He's somebody that goes to dinner and gets dinner reservations with them.
Oh my God!
And there's literally like scenes where like he's like this dude is yelling at him for like using his money for bad, and he's like you sit there, and the dude's just the guy's got this like just basic ass red dress shirt that you would buy at any kind of
like
Dollar
store
Tree
or something like that, or like a Ross or something like that.
Any kind of Ross, okay. And he's like look at you sitting there in your red shirt, never doing anything with your life. And he's like what? He's like I've earned everything I have, and this isn't red. This is burgundy.
Oh my God!
And so I made a meme of the 300 dude where it says I put his face on it. I put madness. This is burgundy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to watch that at some point, I guess. Just for shits and giggles. Bad. I don't know. Anything after Jaws is just immediately gonna be bad in my eyes. That's why.
It was fun because like I watched it with you, Donnie, and all of them, and Angela and everybody, and like we picked between Black Demon or Sisu, and I wanted to see Sisu, but you, Donnie, and them, you, Donnie, and them have a thing for shark movies, so they pick shark movies. Like, oh, cool, we'll watch this. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh my God, this is just funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Sisu at some point. I haven't seen that one either.
I know it's like fucking John Wick, but for Nazis.
With Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what we're here to discuss is Evil Dead Rise. Newest entry in the Evil Dead franchise. Second film without Bruce Campbell. That's the main character.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
That's the main character. Because there is that after credit scene in 2013 where he just says groovy. Where he's like looking at something, turns to the camera and says,
do you know
groovy.
How great that is? Dude, speaking of Bruce Campbell, I don't know if you saw recently, someone was tweeting a Spookala and was saying, could you bring Bruce Campbell? And they responded and said that they tried. So,
yeah, if they get Bruce Campbell as Spookala, I will be the most annoying human being on earth.
We could have had Bruce Campbell.
I will, because I would be like, I would bring my Necronomicon and be like, sign this for me, please.
Oh, did you finally get one?
Oh yeah, I got it when I went to Vegas. I got it at Nightmare Toys.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, I remember I looked. I saw the one post mortem for you.
Yeah,
and I sent it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and the one thing I still need to get, I won't need it, but like to kind of just finish that part of the collection is the dagger. The dagger. But that one is expensive because it's like out of print at this point.
Hell yeah.
You can only get it at conventions, and it's super overpriced.
Do you have a chainsaw?
I don't have a chainsaw.
You need to get a chainsaw to complete the collection.
I need a chainsaw. Oh my God. I don't know. I need to check if they've made a chainsaw. If not, I can.
I'm sure they have.
Sure. If not, I'm sure somebody on Etsy has.
Somebody on Etsy has, absolutely.
Yeah.
Etsy has everything.
Anything you can think of, Etsy will have.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're talking Evil Dead Rise, newest entry in the franchise. Does not take place in a cabin in the woods, except for the opening.
Yeah, that's true.
For the cold open.
Yeah.
Takes place in an apartment building.
Yeah.
Which is
I wish they would have done the cold opening at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it didn't really. At the same time, though, we wouldn't have gotten the amazing title card.
The greatest title card ever.
Which is the Deadeye just coming out of the water, floating in midair, and then just Evil Dead Rise all over the sky. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, behind them. Yeah, I want somebody to try to do a better title card because it's not going to happen.
Does it pass the Rise test? No.
Yeah, that shit was epic.
Yeah.
Plus, there was like so many great kills in that opening.
Mm-hmm. It was like very reminiscent of like 2013's kills.
Yeah. That fucking drone kill.
The drone was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, but basic like overall plot of this, it's this family in this apartment. It's a single mom with her three kids.
Yeah.
Sister comes to visit. There's an earthquake. One of the kids finds the Necronomicon literally underneath the building because the building used to be a bank.
Back up.
What's
Back up.
Backing up.
The sister was or what they say, a groupie. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, they call her a groupie.
Yeah.
And then she found out that she was Purgante, and then she went to find her sister for help, which is why she ends up in this apartment trying to ask her mother for help. Well, not her mother, her sister for help, because she's like, I got into a mess. Please help me out of it. And she's like, no. And then she sends her kids out to send pizza because they're about to get into an argument, and shit happens.
Yep.
There you can go.
But yeah, like, after the earthquake, something, part of the ground opens up, and that's, they kind of mentioned it offhand earlier, where the building before it was apartments, it used to be a bank. So they're able to get into one of the vaults, and inside one of those vaults, they find a couple of records and the Necronomicon.
Yep.
And of course,
that's what you find in
Yep,
bank
and of course, records and demonic books. Why not?
Yeah,
that's what I would have in my bank vault.
That's what I keep in mine. What?
Well, no, that's where you have your Scream Shrine.
No, that's a
different room. Yeah, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Bank vault is just records and.
I don't have a Scream Shrine.
But yeah, they never learn. They play the records. Records read from the book, and in true Evil Dead fashion, all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
All hell breaks loose.
Because a dumbass decided to do a thing because he thought
he was a DJ.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I will say I really like, and when we first get introduced to him, I love that he's playing LCD Sound System and remixing a song from LCD Sound System, because I love that band.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is a nice little surprise. I wasn't expecting to have LCD Sound System in an Evil Dead movie, but I'm all for it. Yeah, I definitely liked how it had like the staples of Evil Dead, but mixed in with like newer elements. Like, for example, in the elevator scene, instead of like in the originals, you had the vines coming out of the forest, but on this one, it's the wires from the elevator cables.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's still the same stuff you see in every Evil Dead, but it's made to fit the setting for this.
Yeah.
And even similar to the originals, where they have Cheryl locked in the basement of the cabin. This time it's in the main hallway outside of the apartment, where she still can't get in, but she's still taunting and like trying to get in from that hallway, and still causing a bunch of chaos. Yeah, I mean, I thought that it was a lot of fun. The only issue I have with this movie is I wish I hadn't seen the trailer.
Yep, same.
The trailer shows way too much of the movie. Spoils a hell of a lot of the movie. But really outside of that, the movie itself is so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely holds like a lot of references to the old Evil Dead, for sure too.
And then something that I told Cece about it too is I love how it changes part of the lore to the point where the 2013 remake isn't even a remake anymore. It's actually canon to the main series.
Well, the people, the directors have said that this basically confirms the theory that every Necronomicon is a different one, because each one has their own personality. And
you can see that in Army of Darkness too, when Ash has to choose between the three Necronomicons, he has to choose the right one, the one that's like attached to him essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, and not only that, I liked how like the way I saw it is the demon from this Necronomicon summoned the other demon from the other Necronomicons, because that explains why some of the possessed Deadites had the different eyes from the different films in the franchise. Because when one of the daughters gets possessed, she has the 2013 eyes.
Yeah.
The mom gets possessed, she's got the new eyes.
Yeah.
And when the other guy gets possessed, I think one of their neighbors gets possessed, he's got the original white eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this makes so much more sense. This makes everything so much cooler now, because now, there's like the 3 different types of Deadites, the 3 books. The 2013 remake isn't a remake; it's a sequel.
Yep.
And I'm like, this makes everything so much better, because now that opens the door to, could we get Mia coming back for another Evil Dead movie?
That's
Can
what
we also
need in the
get
next
Ash,
one.
and can we get like an Avengers style movie where we have Ash, Beth, and Mia,
That would be
all
sick.
3 sporting chainsaws and shotguns,
Yes, please.
just killing Deadites
That
left
would
and
be
right.
cool.
I would love that.
I still, I liked Beth a lot in this, but I still think Mia is.
I agree.
The,
Mia's still my favorite. Outside of Ash, she's still my favorite, like, final character. Beth is, like, super close, though.
Yeah, Beth was really good.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing with Beth is, like, she didn't have... Outside of, like, her whole thing with being pregnant, I wish it would have explored more of her personality, like, as a person. Because it kind of just goes, like, straight into it, and we don't really get a chance to explore her as a character.
That's one of the flaws of this one.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of character development.
Except for, like, I would say except for the mom.
Besides, like, Beth and the mom, yeah.
But everybody else
is
just
a lot of people are just there for cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Unlike the 2013 one, where, like, a lot of people really get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah, because they, like, at first you're like, okay, all we know is that they know each other, but, like, how do they know each other? Why are they in the cabin type of stuff? And, like, I like that progresses as the movie gets along, like, what happened between them and, like, the history between them and stuff like that.
Yeah, what was great about that is, like, there was a real, true, good reason why they were there in the cabin. It wasn't just there because that was the setting of the movie.
Yeah. But in terms of, like, my, scenes that I really enjoyed that are not kill related, definitely the possession scene, like seeing the mom get possessed for the first time.
That was sick.
That was awesome. I like the earthquake scene just because, like, that little exploration of it, of, like, oh shit, there's, like, so much more into this building than you think.
Yeah.
And like them finding the book. The only thing I don't like is that the book has those weird T's on the side that kind of takes it away from me. I didn't like the look of the book in this.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, the book isn't really in the movie much. Like, they don't really show the book often in this.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of flippity pages and a lot of very good art.
And and the art is very similar to the 2013's book too.
Yeah, which I figured it would be.
Yeah. I kind of wish it would have been just a slightly bit different. Just so, like, that way it really differentiates all 3 different books.
The little Shining
references all over the movie.
References were cool as shit.
Especially the elevator. The exploding
the elevator
blood
was
elevator.
Sick. Yes.
And obviously we gotta talk about the final scene of the film. Like the climax in the parking garage was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that when we talk about kills, because I consider that climax a kill, because it's technically somebody gets killed.
It sucks that it's like the apartment was like being condemned and was going to be tore down the very next month, and all those people are
like, where are they going to live now?
Yeah.
Well, now they don't live anywhere, but they don't live. Period.
Yeah. It was very bold of them to be killing children in this movie, especially with what's been going on in the world.
Yeah, that was
pretty shocked, and not just in, like, them dying. I mean, they get killed in brutal fucking ways.
Yeah, they do.
I was like, God damn.
I'm just glad the cat survived.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Just glad that cat survived everything.
Evil Dead Rise said, "Fuck them kids."
You haven't seen Deadites as evil as this. Yeah, but I'm trying to think of, like, other scenes that I really liked. I mean, I will say the actual, like, first scene when the mom gets possessed, like when they put her in the bathtub. I know that was in the trailer, but it was still a lot of fun to watch in the movie.
Yeah.
Of her, like, climbing up like a whole, like, spider type creature up into the ceiling, which is really cool. That was fun. And obviously,
what was the name of the older daughter? I forget.
Oh, I do not remember the names of the kids.
So the way that the older daughter, like, literally, like, changed into a Deadeye after, like, getting infected, it was just like, yo, that shit was gnarly as fuck. I was like, damn, like, and then it just, it's like a little family of Deadites trying to gang up and trying to get the last of them.
Mama
it's like
Deadite and baby Deadite.
Yeah.
Mama Deadeye and baby Deadeye, and then obviously the dumbass. I'm like, of course, the dumbass that reads the Necronomicon or has the audio for it always turns.
Which is funny because that's exactly... Well, actually, no. Never mind, because the guy in 2013 also turns into a Deadite. You think he just dies, but then he turns into a Deadite. I was about to say it's the same thing that happens to him, but it's no. This kid just dies. He gets like pulled apart.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of like something from like Dawn of the Dead because he just gets like ripped apart. He doesn't even get like just killed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was a wild movie. I will say that in terms of like gratuitous violence. I'm like, this is exactly what Evil Dead needs to be. So.
And also the clusterfuck of Deadites. I'm like, what in the freaking what was it? Dead Space Twister is it?
Yep, we gotta talk about that thing.
The Abomination.
That Silent Hill type looking monster.
Yeah.
Definitely looks like something in Silent Hill, I will say that much.
Yep.
Yeah. At the same time, I liked how that scene in the parking garage was shot, especially with the monster, because they don't really show the monster a whole lot up until like right at the end. They use a lot of POV shots, which I'm like, it's very Evil Dead with like the whole like thing like demonic fog running through the forest. They kind of use the same thing with this. I'm like, okay, I like that. That was cool.
Is there a reasoning? Why the hell there's a fucking wood chipper in the fucking parking garage? It's like, where the hell
I remember,
I
remember it being there. I think it has something to do with like a storm of some sort.
Where were they put?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know why the wood chipper was there either. It's just kind of there.
That was weird.
Yeah, I'm like especially because like you know it's gonna come back and be used for some odd reason.
Maybe
it's just there to be used for a scene.
Like
in the concept of the movie, I think is someone literally putting wood in there and then just shooting it out in the parking garage.
I think what would have fixed it, what would have fixed that is if you had gotten the earthquake, and then like let's say you cut to like the next day. And that's when, like, you see all, like, the damage, and there's, like, fallen trees and that kind of stuff, and they're like, okay, now that makes sense because they bring in a wood chipper to throw the damaged trees in there. But no, it's just there when the movie just started. For some reason.
It's a cool thing to see in the parking garage.
Like, condemned, maybe they were trying to use it to break down all the stuff when they were trying to tear it down in the first place.
I guess.
Yeah,
could be.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was like somebody's like legit business, because I remember it had like somebody's like business name of like tree services, like so and so's tree services. So it could just be like he just parked it there before he like went for work or something. That's another possibility. I don't know. I'm just glad it was there and it was used.
You saw it, you know it's gonna be used. It's a fucking wood chipper. You know they're gonna use this.
They have to use it. It'd be weird if they didn't.
Well, you're like, well, I know where this is gonna go.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely that was like that climax was a really fun scene to watch. It was really well edited, really well shot. The tension was like really ratcheted up, especially when they're like running around the car and the thing is like trying to chase them around there.
Yeah.
In the world's like shittiest looking car. This crappy little Buick.
Yep.
Which is funny, which is the funniest thing, because I think my aunt had that exact same Buick when I was a kid. I'm like, wow. It was a piece of crap for my aunt. It's a piece of crap in this movie too.
I think either everybody's friend or relative has owned one of them
that kind of Buick at one point. But like not them, but a friend or relative has had it.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like other scenes that I really enjoyed. I will say that the scene with the mom trying to get into the apartment, like talking to the daughter, because like that was appropriately creepy with like looking through the little porthole. She looks creepy as hell.
Open up now.
Yeah.
You're a good little girl. I was like, oh no, please no, ma'am.
A big hug from you can't face. I'm like, nuh-uh. I ain't hugging that. You kidding me?
I'm so surprised she fucking opened she fucking opened the door though. I'm like, you stupid little brat.
Yeah, it's just a little kid. Movies, I mean, it's a little kid thing.
Yeah, in horror movies, it's like creepy children are bad, yes, but also it's like a possessed mother still talking to her children,
like The Conjuring did it.
Creepy, yeah, that's pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, because that's like one of the ultimate like kind of taboo things of like a mother killing her child type thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I like that though. I think that's a cool like way to do it. Especially because it's the first time we've had something like that with like that type of a family where it's like a whole family. It's not just in the 2013 movie you just had like the brother and sister, but in this one it's like the entire family, like blood related family. So it was an interesting little twist on that. I liked it. The thing with the tattoo needle though.
Yeah.
That was badass. I love
that.
That was sick.
I wish they wouldn't have shown that in the trailer.
They really shouldn't have.
Cool
like the only thing this movie had that took me away was just that trailer.
Yeah. The other thing they used in the trailer that I was looking forward to that ended up not being as gnarly as I thought it was going to be is the cheese grater. It's like they made it seem like it was going to be such a bigger thing.
And
they even used it as an emoji on Twitter.
Yeah, and not only that, it wasn't as like violent as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a lot crazier. Were you going to see like exposed muscle and even bone or something like that? Yeah. But no, it was just a scrape. I was like kind of disappointed. Kind of wanted like bloodier cheese grater action.
Yeah,
that's too much to ask. Like that's when like Lee Cronin said, "Hey guys, we actually ran out of blood. We used all of it on the wood chipper scene." Actually, no, we used it all on the elevator scene.
Yeah. I wonder if 2013 still had more blood because of the final. Because you remember how many gallons that they. Because
on the grave robbing facts on this one, I put in the amount of blood that was used for this one, but I don't remember exactly how many gallons were used.
It was
because it was a lot in 2013.
A couple hundred gallons. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to see how much it was in this one because the elevator scene took up quite a good.
Took a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta see. But yeah, that elevator scene was great too. It was.
Oh yeah.
You know what? It's funny. It reminded me without it like the hospital escape scene from Terminator 2.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. With like the mom like digging in through like the top of the elevator. I was like, it reminds me of like the T-1000 attacking when they're on the elevator.
It's funny because like Nick was like, "Oh, like no, they're gonna do like the whole like tree thing and like with the elevator and the cables," and I'm like, "Oh no, not the electric hentai bullshit." Like it's like, oh no, that's not pleasant at all. That's not gonna be
electric hentai. It's a funny name. That's if I ever start like a metal band, that's gonna be the name of it. Electric hentai.
Oh my god!
Hi everybody, we are Electric Hentai. I'm gonna have like the guitar. She's gonna be shaped like an octopus tentacle.
Yeah.
She had another type of hot flashes, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Be insane.
Hey, that's the essence of Evil Dead in general. I was like, someone's got to get fucked one way or another. Draw blood and get fucked. This is a podcast made for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Or listener discretion in this case. It's funny because I think it's only one episode where I have to like re-record like an intro to it because I was like, hey guys, just so you know, I'm gonna put a trigger warning in this because there's something we gotta talk about. Because I think that's when we were talking about like some serious like legit stuff. Is when we were doing like the horror musicians because we were talking about Skinned. And I was like, yeah, that's a lot. We gotta put a disclaimer on this because this is like heavy subject matter.
Yeah, which they toured with Ice Nine Kills in Europe.
Oh yeah, that's right. They are touring with Ink.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh really? Oh, for the worst.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's only in Europe, not here.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the next music video. By the way, Yussef.
Worst Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I figured as much. Yeah.
There's been a casting thing, and they were mentioning like men with like military style haircuts and stuff, and people are like, "Is that Worst Vacation?"
Could be Worst Vacation. Yeah.
Yep.
And now, Motionless though.
Oh god. Yes.
Guys, we're getting sidetracked.
Anyway. I would say favorite character wise, I definitely, the mom was great as a Deadite.
Yeah.
The mom was great before she was a Deadite and as a Deadite. I thought she was like my favorite. She was definitely my favorite character in the
easily a top horror villain of the year.
Oh yeah.
And I honestly want to see it's Alyssa Sutherland, right?
Yes, I need to see her in more things.
I want to see her in more horror.
Yeah.
She's
and you could tell she was having a
contender.
blast doing this. Like even like after the movie came out and she's doing like interviews and like posting her stuff on social media, you can tell she was like this wasn't just like, oh, I'm doing this press tour because I gotta do it. She's like, I love doing this. Like this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, she promoted a lot on Twitter.
Yeah, and you could tell it was like genuine promotion. Like I'm just excited to get to share this. It wasn't.
I'd be happy if like Spookala got her or something so we can meet her.
Yeah, I know she's gonna be at Spooky Empire, but Spooky Empire isn't Spooky Empire. I'm not doing that. Spookala, please. But yeah, we I haven't bought my tickets. I need to buy my tickets for Spookala because I still want to go that Sunday.
June?
Yeah.
I think that's what I'll do. The June.
Yeah, we got a carpool.
I think everybody's gonna. I think we're trying to find a hotel in Tampa. We're gonna do the Tampa one in October.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that. I want to do that.
The big one.
Yeah. But yeah, the one I want to do is because I just really want to meet Richard Brake.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And now the Hardy Boys are there.
And we're also gonna get an acoustic performance from Jeff Hardy.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Wild.
He's got a wild ass band.
Isn't Jeff Hardy the one that's married to Rebby Hardy?
No, that's Matt.
Matt. Yeah.
Matt. Yeah. Rebby, who has the Gothic Baby series on TikTok. Yeah.
That's the only baby that has given me baby fever. Any other kids? Toss it.
Oh
no. I told Nick, if we have a child, it is going to be the next Gothic baby. Sorry, not sorry.
You know, Alyssa Sutherland was great as the mom. She was really fun to watch. Beth, outside of her lack of personality, she was really well acted though. And I loved how like from the get go she was like a strong character.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you could tell she did not want to go and see her sister. Like that was like her having to admit weakness, and you could tell she didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like the whole aspect of her like constantly being called a groupie and then being pregnant, and then it's like,
I was like
you're pretty much it's pretty much like it was like, oh, you can kind of put two and two together that it was a band dude.
Yeah.
So, therefore, making what people said sort of true.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of a bad look.
Yeah, it's either that or I wouldn't have even added that in there. Like,
it was unnecessary.
It didn't really have anything to do with the story of like
her having the baby had nothing to do with it. Like literally, the only thing I can even remotely think is that one really good scene where the one kid says you're gonna make a great mother because you know how to lie to children. Yeah, you're good at lying to children. Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, other than that, though, it didn't really do anything with the movie itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was meant to be like.
I think could have found some other reason for her to have to go visit.
Or what I would have done is work around that pregnancy and make it a bigger part of the story. Like, oh, the Deadites want to get her because she's pregnant, and they want to have like they could give birth to like a Deadite demon or something like that. That would have been wild. Yeah. That
would have been wild. Yeah.
Like something kind of similar to like the first Silent Hill, where they're like using this girl to like birth a demon.
Yeah.
Like that would have been cool. Where they're like using her, the baby that's in her womb and like possess it from while it's still in the womb and just like create like the ultimate Deadite from that or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would have been cool. But I mean, outside of that though, it was still a really fun story.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, just that whole thing about her being pregnant was just kind of just. I think it was just to like give her a little bit more personality, but it didn't really work.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it was just meant for, for her to, I guess, go to the journey, whether she wanted to keep the kid or not. That's all it is. Like, it was like she was really adamant of getting rid of it. And then, of course, once the little girl found out, like, hey, are you pregnant? And she's like, yeah, like, then she decided to keep it. But then there was the part where the mom did come after her because he's like, oh, like, I'm going to take you and the little child too, kind of thing. Like, it did play a part. Did it play a major part? Not really. It was just kind of very mid. If they, like you said, if they would have expanded more, I feel like it would have made sense. I feel like it did progress because of why else would she be there? Like, other than I'm guessing trying to get an abortion and or like I feel it's more towards the abortion part rather than trying to give it away. Type of situation.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like one of those two things where, like, either you don't even need to have the pregnancy as a sub story, you could have just had anything else, because because it would have still given her a reason to just go see her sister.
But like,
or like even whole thing with like her like her sister's husband just like abandoned the family. She could have just gone over there for moral support. Like that would have been a good enough reason for me.
And so they were trying to have like a rocky relationship. They were trying to install that she only calls her for like a convenience kind of thing. And that's probably what they were trying to convey. It didn't come out that way, but it was like, oh, I'm only there when it's convenient for you. And then she felt bad when the father did leave and she wasn't there for her sister. Thus, now there's like this clusterfuck of a family, and they all turned into Deadites, kind of.
Yeah. But outside of that, I mean, acting wise, it was really well made. It was editing wise, it was really done like in a really interesting way. Cinematography was cool, especially with that scene with the porthole, like when you hear the carnage but you don't really see what's going on.
Yeah,
when she's just like killing people left and right. I thought that was cool, especially when she rips that one kid's both of his arms off.
Ooh,
and then like throws him against the wall. You're like, holy shit.
I mean, she got issues. She got issues for sure. I mean, that whole like massacre in the hallway was fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen so much blood in one hallway. Like I was like, shit. She hungry, and then it was just also like the chasing. Well, I was like, that shit set me laughing at some point. I'm like, stop, please.
Yeah, that was kind of funny when you see the kid just running. The Deadite mom is just like right after.
Yeah.
Something that was a lot of fun too is the all like the little Easter eggs to the original movies, like the pizza box from Henrietta's, like the one of the Deadites from Evil Dead 2. The whole thing with like the kid's eyeball popping out and going into somebody's mouth was again Evil Dead 2, which was so funny. Because I'm like, oh my god, it's just Evil Dead 2. Obviously when they read from the book, that very similar to the first two. Yeah, the first three, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, and Evil Dead 2, where nobody actually reads from the book. They have a recording of somebody reading from the book. I thought that was cool too. Because the only time somebody reads from the book is in Evil Dead 2013.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in so long. I feel like I have to rewatch that. I mean, I remember really liking it, but I'm just wondering, was it in actual English letters or was it like?
I think the guy was like I think it was like written in English. It was just like, but it was just like the spell just written in English.
Yeah.
Or like the summoning thing written in English. So that's why he was able to read it.
Well, it was like it was in Latin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was in Latin or something. Because he was like an English professor or something like that, or like an English teacher.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, and the fucking book was literally in a garbage bag wrapped in barbed wire,
and also made out of human skin and blood. Made
out of human skin and blood. So not only do you unwrap a garbage bag book with barbed wire around it, you open it up to a human skin book with Latin. That should tell you enough. Don't fucking read from this book.
Then again, there's me who was at CC's party was like, let's bring out a Ouija board. I'm that one guy. I'm the one that sets everything in motion.
What can we do?
Let's pull out a Ouija board.
Let's summon some demons.
Why not? I got my Necronomicon in the car. Let's do it.
Put the Ouija board and then not end the session.
Have fun. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's just start a Ouija sesh.
Yeah. you would absolutely read from the Necronomicon.
That would absolutely be me. I'm the one asshole.
But hey, guys, I found this book over here in the ground, buried.
Very cool looking.
But honestly, knowing Yussef, I mean, I don't know if you've ever actually done any Latin course. You would pronounce everything wrong because even though it's Puella, you would just say your Hispanic ass would be like Puella.
Puella.
You'd be saying everything wrong. Next thing you know, we're gonna get a Spanish Deadite. That's all.
Hey, ¿qué pasó? Estamos aquí, vamos a hacerlo.
It's like tu mamá está con la.
I just see Nick in the background. He's sliding in. I'm just waiting for like a Puerto Rican Deadite now.
Puerto Rican Deadite. Tu mamá está con las cucarachas ahora. It's like, shit. What the fuck?
Cortaste el brazo. Ahora sí estoy encabronado.
But then, yeah. That's Puerto Rican Deadite. Yo, that should be a username.
We should just make that as a fan film.
PR Deadite.
Should just make like a Puerto Rican Deadite as a fan film.
God.
Or like nobody understands what the Deadite is saying except for anybody that speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Then the person who's encountering the Deadite, I'm like, what is the chupacabra is this?
Oh my god. Jesus.
Anyway.
And backtracked yet again.
Now we didn't know because it has to do with you reading the Necronomicon
That
and
is
butchering
true.
the Latin.
That is true. It does have to do with me being an idiot and reading from Necronomicon.
And then you would be pronouncing all the double L's as ja instead of la.
You got a point
there. Or low.
You got a point. Oh my god.
And the C's are actually hard K's. So, and you'd be like, Cesar, and then I know it's Kaiser. Dipshit.
Cesar. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of like another really funny. Favorite kills wise, we gotta talk about the kill at the end with the wood chipper, with like the friggin' the Thing meets Silent Hill meets the Blob looking thing.
Yeah.
Like at the same time, that was a really interesting design.
It really was.
And I also like how in all the movies you have the kind of the final boss Deadite. Because in the original trilogy you had like the giant Deadite phase at the end of Evil Dead 2 that gets sucked into the portal with Ash. Then you have like the demon like thing that looks like Mia in 2013. And then in this you get this monstrosity.
Yeah.
Which was wild because it's literally like, oh god, okay guys, let's pull each other open and then like slide into one body together.
It's giving another meaning to I want to feel your inside.
God.
Oh my god.
Let's be together forever.
I'm quoting 9 Inch Nails. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I want to feel you from the inside.
Okay, Treadresser.
Help me.
Closer over here.
You gotta get closer. The closer to God.
Oh my god. Might over there giving a whole show.
The maggots now.
Jesus Christ.
Can you guys picture with the soundtrack? It matches pretty well. Actually.
Deadite Trent Reznor. Oh god.
No, please no.
That's enough of that. Just like I'm just imagining like famous people as Deadites. Like, can you imagine like if we like Korn as Deadites?
Oh, that'd be sick.
I'd watch that concert in a heartbeat. At the same time, I wonder if they would like instead of doing that whole thing that Jonathan Davis does, they just end up summoning more Deadites by doing that. That whole like sound that he makes. Trying to think of what else is in the movie that like jumps out at me kills wise. I mean, outside of like, because the Deadites don't really die until the end. You don't really have any Deadites.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I gotta definitely say the kid with his arms ripped off.
Nice.
You don't get to see it, but the aftermath is just so insane. That I'm like, yep, I'm all for it. I like it.
They paint the walls red. I love it.
Listen, I'm so glad that cat survived, though. I'm glad that I'm like, I don't care about the kids being killed. I'm fine with them. As long as the animals don't die, I'm fine.
Yeah, that is like rule number one of horror films: kill the kids, not the pets.
Stop killing
animals.
Stop killing animals.
It's no longer shock value. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like back in the day when they didn't do it often, I'm like, oh wow, that is like shocking, But like,
oh man,
no, it's just like stop.
We kill kids often now, and Babadook was definitely the the sad kicker for me.
I mean, look at Frankenstein. He kills a kid, or he drowns a kid.
Accidentally.
It's still a child death.
He's like, here, throw.
Boom. It's still a
killing.
I don't understand. This is just complete sidetrack, but I will never understand why an accidental death, like the legal name for it, sounds so much worse than actually killing somebody. It's like you kill somebody, it's a homicide. You accidentally kill somebody, it's manslaughter. Yeah. I'm like, that sounds so much worse.
Right?
It's manslaughter.
We need to change that.
Yeah, just call it accidental death.
Accidental death should be homicide, and
then just manslaughter for anything.
Manslaughter for anything intentional.
Or accidental or incidental homicide.
Yeah, just like accidental homicide. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Manslaughter.
Manslaughter.
Jeez.
Our humor is broken.
But yeah, I mean, like, those are at least my favorite kills. Just like the deadites at the end, and then the kid with his arms ripped off.
Yeah, for sure.
I think those are, like, in terms of just like overall creativeness, those are the best ones. Especially because, like, the deadite with the wood chipper, it isn't just like it goes into the wood chipper; it gets like chainsawed in one of the faces and also pushed into the wood chipper at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, double kill. Actually, in this case, it would be a triple kill because it was 3 deadites.
Yeah, Beth was trying to do the awesome thing with Mia, where the deadite came out at the end was like, "I'll feast on your soul," and she's like, "Feast on this motherfucker," and shoved the chainsaw through her face.
No, in this case, it was Beth just trying to get a UAV.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Call of Duty.
Yep.
She's trying to get that 3 kill streak.
Yep.
I mean, did you guys have any other favorite kills or favorite scenes in the movie?
The drone kill.
The drone kill. Yes, I love the drone kill.
That was shit. That was fucking...
That's wild.
So fucking
honestly, cool. The brother went out, at least he fucked up. He went out like a champ before turning into a deadeye, of course. Yeah. I was like, you know what you did. I'm glad you're paying for your consequences. Get fucked. Yeah. Anyway. But, you know. Overall, it was really good. And the thing is, like, what impresses me about this movie is the fact that it has if you really look at the cast, it's not that big.
Yeah, it's a small cast.
Like, as a small, like, little, you know, cast. Like, it didn't have to involve a lot of people, like, in, like, you know, a manslaughter type situation kind of thing. But, oh, no. Fuck you, Kyle!
Because, I mean, you look at something like, I mean, if you look at the original, like, first 2 Evil Deads and even 2013, they're small casts. Like, you have, like, 6, 7 people total.
Right.
Like, Army of Darkness is, like, the only one that has, like, a bigger cast, because it's got, like, Ash, the old man, Evil Ash, the damsel, and, you know, the princess, the 2 kings. Like, it's got a bigger cast.
Right.
But, like, the other ones were just, like, 5 or 6 people, maybe 7 if you count Evil Dead 2 with, like, the 2 rednecks.
Especially the last one. I mean, the first one, because I mean,
it's just 5 people.
Bruce Campbell's fucking parents had to take a mortgage out of their fucking house to help pay for it.
Jesus Christ. Wild.
I was talking in a sense that it's like in an apartment where anybody could have found out what was going on and come down, and then in an isolated area where it's just an apartment rather than a cabin in the woods. Of course, it's going to be minimal cast. Yeah. But if it's in the city where people can find out, they have dead signals, but they, you know, it was still very well done for the amount of cast
that they had. They did a good idea with like breaking the elevator during the earthquake, so like it completely isolates them from everybody and everything else.
Yeah,
it's very self-contained that way. I like that. But I mean, besides that, I think it's time for us to take a quick break, do some grave robbing facts, and then talk some more Evil Dead Rise. So we will catch you guys in just a moment.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our grave robbing facts, where we basically talk everything that goes behind the scenes on the topic that we are talking about. And then this podcast, we are talking about Evil Dead Rise.
All right, so yeah, we got a total of 12 grave robbing facts. We're gonna trade off 3 each. or 4 each. Sorry. I guess I can start on this one. So our first grave robbing fact: the film was originally meant to release exclusively through HBO Max via direct-to-streaming, but it performed so strongly during test screenings that the studio decided to release it theatrically instead. And I'm very happy that they did.
I am too. This is not a movie you want to just be sent straight to streaming.
No, I feel like it would have cheapened it a little bit.
It just recently passed 100 million at the box office.
Yeah,
so
it's a good thing that it got released theatrically.
Yep.
Because I feel like otherwise it kind of would have gotten lost, especially with like all the HBO Max like stuff that's going on with like them shifting stuff around, renaming to Max, putting new shows in there. I think it would have gotten just lost in that sea of randomness.
I'll take the.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The one thing is like during that box office, it's crazy because Super Mario Bros. Still ended up like on like first place in like during that box office opening. Even though I'm like, hey, but Super Mario Brothers was basically conquering each box office weekend since it started. But like Evil Dead has always been on the second. And I'm like, just move. It's like just move up a little bit. Just like make your kids watch it. I don't care. Make it go number one. But you know.
No, I'm glad it's doing as well as it's doing too. Like, not gonna lie, it feels like horror is kind of making that comeback of like making a good amount of money in theaters with like Evil Dead. Scream 6 made really good money. Something like Terrifier 2 when like did it make like 4 or 5 times its budget?
Yep.
I mean, it's great that this is stuff that's it's kind of like a golden age of horror right now.
Yep.
So I'm glad we're like in the middle of that.
I'll take the next one.
Yep, go right ahead.
Our second grave robbing fact is the pizza place is called Henrietta's, a reference to Henrietta Nobi, the demon in the basement in Evil Dead 2.
Heck yeah. That's why I soul. That's why I soul. That's why I soul. That's why I soul. Swallow this.
Alright, so our next grave robbing fact is that it brings Evil Dead back to New Line Cinema, who distributed the original film's theatrical release in 1983.
Ooh, back to New Line Cinema.
The house of Freddy built.
So,
Friday the 13th?
Yeah, so does this make Jason canon Deadite again?
That'd be cool if it did. Oh my god, can you imagine if that's what they actually end up doing for the new Friday the 13th?
God,
like,
no.
we actually get final confirmation that he's gonna Deadeye.
No, do not make fucking Jason Goes to Hell canon.
Yeah, please don't. The movie's awful.
It's fucking terrible.
Alright, our next grave robbing fact is it is the only Evil Dead film to not feature the 1973 Oldsmobile Delta 88 Royale vehicle, Sam Raimi's vehicle that shows up in all of his films.
What a tragedy! Like they could have had that as the Buick instead.
Right? They should have. Yeah. They kind of made up for it with like the chainsaw. They made the chainsaw the same color as the Oldsmobile.
Yeah, or at least have it like in the background in the parking garage.
Yeah, just have it. Period. Like I was looking around for it too. I was like, I'm really hoping I can see it, but I was like, man, no Delta, no Oldsmobile.
Whack.
Whack. Right. What is our next grave robbing fact there, Kyle?
It is to get into the character of an alternate personality. Actress Alyssa Sutherland took inspiration from Jim Carrey's performance as Stanley Ipkiss in the '94 comedy The Mask. Oh wow,
what a strange source to pull from for a horror movie, right?
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, but at the same time, I can kind of see it with just the overall like wildness of the personality that she inhabited with the Deadite. I think that you can see part of the influence in there. I would say I think she pulled more from like the unhinged aspects of The Mask instead of just, like, the comedy aspects. Yeah,
maybe cool. I wonder if I don't know. I feel like it's more of a like I see the Jim Carrey's thing, but also I think of when that other dude put on the mask and had the evil version.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So, our next revolving fact is on the show. Extravision director Lee Cronin shared the name of the building. The movie takes place in. The Monde is an anagram of the demon. Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Monday or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Monday.
I would say Monde. That's just because it's French for world. So let me say Monde. Monde. That's how a car makes in France. Sorry. Anyway, our next grave robbing fact. If you look at Ellie's arms, they are wrapped in tattoos of vines. This is a subtle nod to Cheryl from The Evil Dead, Bobby Joe from Evil Dead 2, and Mia from Evil Dead, who were all attacked and bound by vines.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never noticed that. I need to go back and watch it. So does that mean the next reference is just cables on your hand?
My God.
A bunch of
electrocute me, Daddy.
Jesus.
Daddy.
Shock me.
Yeah.
Shock me,
God.
Shock me, Daddy.
Wow.
Kyle. This is what it was. This is what it was like when it was just me and V. But now there's two of us.
I know.
It's like an actual Deadite. I got possessed now.
My God.
Kinky by dawn.
And now I'm over here like Kinky by dawn. Kinky by dawn.
Kinky by dawn. Kinky by.
God damn it.
Yo, I'm slapping that shit onto Twitter, bro.
Yeah.
Kinky by dawn.
Oh my God, Kyle's like, please just stop. Anyway.
Oh. Our next grave robbing fact is this is the second Evil Dead film that doesn't have Bruce Campbell as the main character.
It's sad.
Yeah.
One day.
But at the same time, you can see, at least from these two, it's cool that he's not in them, because you still get like the Evil Dead experience.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Sydney in Scream 6, where she didn't need to be in the movie for it to be enjoyable and still be a Scream movie.
I wonder if they're just saving him for a big return for the final.
I'm like really hoping that he's been lying this whole time about being like, I'm done playing Ash. Like I retired after Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm like, you better not.
Yeah.
So if you say so.
You better not.
So our next grave robbing fact is that the sound of Ellie biting out a man's eyeball in the hallway is actually an audio recording of Bruce Campbell furiously biting into an apple. We still have some kind of like.
Imagine all it takes. Okay, Bruce, I want just like a bigger bite this time. Okay, Bruce, a little bit more violent on the bite.
My God.
We really wanted to feel like you were just like that apple just did you wrong.
I can see Bruce
yeah,
really doing this too.
How was that? Stronger? Okay. Chomp. Anyway, our next grave robbing fact. He may not be in there as Ash, but we do still get a Bruce Campbell cameo. In the first of the 3 records that Danny plays, Bruce can be heard saying, "Destroy it, it's called the Book of the Dead for a reason." At the Beyond Fest premiere, director Lee Cronin suggested Campbell could be playing Ash again in the recording, as the series has had multiple instances of Ash going back in time and encountering the Naturum Demonto / Necronomicon Ex Mortis. That would be so cool if it's actually Ash.
Cool.
That would.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great Easter egg. And I'm like really hoping that it's actually true.
That would be great. Our next fact is the Deadites make a few references to previous films in their dialogue. They say everyone will be dead by dawn, not Kiki by dawn. And Ellie tells Beth, "I'll swallow your soul."
That's not the only thing to swallow.
God damn it.
Oh.
Kyle's like, God damn it, no.
Kinky by dawn. I'll swallow your.
That's crazy.
It's okay, Kyle. You can leave it up to the imagination later.
Imagination.
Oh, God.
The imagination. Imagination. I'm gonna do that now for Figment. You just gotta use your imagination. It's imagination ejaculation.
Kyle's had it with us.
Oh my god.
Anyway, before we get too sidetracked yet again, what you got for me, V?
Beth as well as David from the 2013 remake of Evil Dead are the only protagonists to not lose a hand in the fight against evil. Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Good job, Beth and David. You made it.
Changing fate.
You were still very armful.
Nah, stop.
Anyway.
Others really gave an arm and a leg with their performance.
Yeah, I like that. Alright, but that's all we had for grave robbing facts.
Have a handful. She has a handful. Kyle's so over it. Kinky right on.
Just so you know, that's going to be the name of this episode.
Kinky by Dawn.
Kinky by
God.
Dawn. Anyway, that was the end of our grave robbing facts. So now it's time to go back to our regularly scheduled programming. And welcome back to our review and discussion of Evil Dead Rise. We talked about all of our favorite scenes and kills and our favorite characters. It's time to talk about our not so favorite things and things that we think could have been improved. Kind of touched on it a little bit, but I think we can get in there a little bit deeper. Starting with the cold open. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing cold open. It's just kind of weird to have it as open.
Yeah. Especially when the way that it works, because it says afterwards, it says one day earlier than it starts the film. It's like, why didn't you just do this for the ending? Because this is obviously setting up a sequel.
Yeah, because now you're like, oh, I kind of know how the movie's going to end now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, you should do this for last.
I'm just glad it still gives us that amazing title card, though.
Right, yeah, you got to have that title card, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could save the title card, I guess, for ending it. That'd be what a way to end the film.
Yeah, you could.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can still leave it until the end. I just say, you know, like, not just start the movie without anything else and then just leave that until the end. Yeah, you could still do that.
Still really cool, though.
I wouldn't take away so much from it. I just thought it was interesting that we got to see the person we saw in the beginning and towards the end and how she got into that situation. But at the same time, she has very scummy friends.
You know what it reminded me of for some weird reason? The ending of the first Jumanji with Robin Williams, when they throw the board game into the ocean, but then it ends up in like some other place, like in the beach, somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh god, it's gonna happen again.
Yep.
I thought that was cool. I mean, yeah, like, the ending was cool. I just the cold open was insanely cool. I just wish they would have just put it at the end of the film. It's my only thing. Also, I love that Gunner's over there trying to wrap himself up in your sheets.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's like, I can't help. I can't do it. I give up.
There he is.
His little ears popped up. I love that. Anyway, and again, we kind of touched on it earlier, but the whole thing of like Beth being pregnant and kind of like hammering it home that she's a groupie. Which I think was kind of mean-spirited.
Not a good look, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little mean that they kind of just made it to be that way.
Yeah, shouldn't shame people like that.
Yeah. And again, the whole thing of like her pregnancy not being a huge part of the film.
Yeah.
I think could have been tweaked a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, the acting was good for the most part. There were some characters that were just like, the acting was a little spotty. I would say, I think for me it was Danny, the one kid the one that pulls the Necronomicon out. I think he was like the worst one performance-wise. Like, he wasn't terrible, but like compared to everybody else, he wasn't as good.
But he does look like the dumbass to kind of do that shit, though. He does look like the dumbass to do that shit.
But I think, like, in terms of like acting scared, I think it came across as just like he's acting. It didn't seem as like genuine to me.
Put him in the theater.
Yeah,
like in the theater, like an actual in front of people, not in front of a screen, please.
Yeah. But like the other, you know, the I think she's the. I don't know if she's the oldest one or the middle child, but like the other girl that gets possessed, the other Deadite. She was really good in it, especially as a Deadite. Like, she was great when she got possessed.
Yeah.
And especially, oh my god, that scene when she's just eating glass and it's like
Oh
cutting the
God.
inside of her throat. I was like, oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah, like I was like, is this what it's like for the Grinch when he eats glass?
That's the Grinch's sister for sure.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but
I was like, damn, that's pretty gnarly. I'm like, I've seen this before.
that was pretty
Like,
cool. Yeah, because I mean, you
yeah, and the
could.
way that she was like crawled up on the counter too, I was
That
like,
was creepy.
no.
She's just like kind of gargoyled up on the counter, just like meh, kind of like a
That's me in the middle of the night trying to grab cheese.
Oh my God.
That's me when I'm trying to grab
Nick
like
just starts
the
hearing notes in the kitchen.
cheddar.
He goes, and you're just like, eh, what do you want? I'm busy. And no, it's just like you like trying with like your mouth to like open a liquid death.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the liquid death.
Just like crawl
Yo,
up.
I haven't
Like,
had one of those in a while. Shit.
That cracks me up. I love that. Oh my god. So trying to think of like if there was anything else that I think could have been done better. But I mean, outside of that, honestly, those are like my only really like big issues with it. Because outside of that, I really just enjoyed it. I was just there for the fun of it. But what about you guys? Did you guys have like anything else that were like kind of about?
It was just a whole like going around the car scene. I was like, oh, why are we playing cat and mouse? They could just easily just hop on if they really wanted to. But you know, it was just to
Well,
leave the
could it
mystery.
jump though?
And also, she was what?
Could that thing jump?
I mean,
Because I was like,
can you imagine?
it's just like a blob of flesh. I don't even know if it can even like pick itself up the way it's supposed to. Because it was kind of just like crawling across the ground. I don't think it could actually jump.
Hey, if it can crawl, it has the power. It has the leg power.
If it has the will, it has the way.
It has the way. If it
Good
was
tr-
that determined, like it was the entire movie, I'm sure it can jump.
I'm just
If the
imagining
leg
this thing like
power
trying to
can
jump
crawl
and
on
like
the walls,
failing spectacularly and just like smacking up against the side of the car.
That would be hilarious.
Just like
They should have added that in
and just like
there.
it falls back and it's like a turtle trying to get up. It's like its
Yeah.
arms just like crawling, trying to pick
Oh my
itself back
God.
up. That would have been hilarious.
As far as for me, like Yussef covered a lot of the stuff I was gonna say, but I'd also add that let's see, well, we already talked about it before, but the trailer kind of ruined
Yeah.
a lot for me. Some of the kills that was hopped up to be like, we're looking forward to ended up not really being that great. I wish there was more character development between people. And I don't know, I guess overall, which this is probably just on me, I think I just overhyped myself too much. Like I was like
I feel
so
that. Yeah.
excited for that, and then I watched it and I was like, it was good. No, don't get me wrong, like I don't hate the movie at all. Like I know it's so negative. Like I very much enjoy the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably I'd probably put it in my 3 in my rankings.
Okay.
But it's just 2013 was so fucking good, and I wanted this to like outdo it, and it just didn't.
Yeah, I can see that.
do you guys think it was really like focused on the mother's performance rather than the character development, or
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Because like
and
even the
also
main
the
character,
fact-
it's like I liked Beth, but like she really didn't have much of a, really didn't do much with her.
Yeah, her only story arc is just like taking more care of the.
It's like, yeah,
It's like she was already taking care of the smaller girl, but now she takes more care of the smaller girl.
yeah.
Like it would have been better, I think, if like she was just like super dismissive of the kids at first, like she didn't really like them or like couldn't really like relate with them, and then at the end, like she's like, okay, now I have that mother instinct.
Yeah,
I think that would have been a little bit better too.
Right.
Yeah, for me, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to like writing.
yeah.
Agreed.
Which is odd. It makes you wonder why it was originally going to be just a streaming movie. Did they not feel that confident in it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think probably easily the highlight and strongest performance of this movie is Alyssa Sutherland as the mother.
Oh yeah.
And I for sure do want to see, like in another film, see Beth and Mia and Ash all come for one final, showdown between everybody.
We gotta destroy all 3 books now.
All 3 books, yeah. Even bring back a list for the somehow. That'd be cool. Well, I'm curious about that Deadeye at the end. Well, at the beginning that we know is going to be at the end that's setting up the sequel. Because that Deadeye looked really cool.
Yeah, and I'm curious as to maybe like it'll, because like it has like there's no other survivors except for that one Deadeye. Like you could have just started infecting other people at this point.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Bitch can fly too or levitate.
He's like,
holy fuck.
Jesus got nothing on. Jesus got nothing on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, nah, Deadeye,
yeah.
She's dead, am I right?
Oh my god.
I like that. That was good. Nice. Props on that.
I'm saying it to you so much.
You really are. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, so do you have anything else you want to add, Vania?
No, other than it was great. I was entertained for the most part.
Yeah.
It's solid. There's not a single. There's at least all the Evil Dead movies are solid and or great. There has not been a bad one.
I completely agree with that. They really
like even with the stuff I complained about, like I still want to go watch this again. Like I wish I would have saw this again before we recorded, but I do want to go watch it again.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely like once it comes out, I'm gonna buy it again too, just to like complete my collection because I already have all the other Evil Dead stuff. I might as well get the movie too, you know.
Yeah.
So score wise, what would you give? How many headstones do you give this out of 10?
I'd probably say a solid 8.5.
Okay. What about you, V?
I give it a 7.5 and a well
7.5 and a half.
Oh,
you're getting like you're throwing like decimals and fractions at the same time. This is too much for me.
It was strange because you gave it a lower rating than I did, and you and Nick seem to have liked it way more than I did.
We did. Like, don't get me wrong, we did, but like, you know, but now that you guys point out those flaws, I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
But like, you know, but still, like, does it stop being enjoyable? No. Like, I will 100% go back and watch it again.
Like I said, I'd put it in like the top 3. My number one's obviously 2013. I like it more than the original. And then I'd put Evil Dead 2 and then this. Because I love Evil Dead 2.
Same. Yeah, this one for me, it gets an 8 out of 10. Because like outside of those outside of those little like issues here and there, and obviously the trailer kind of spoiling much of the movie, I still had a really, really fun time watching it. I still had like a whole smile on my face the entire time, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It makes like when I say like when the trailer thing is, it's like I know that's on me, and it's like I do want to like be hyped for a horror movie and not watch any trailer for it, but it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
You can't not do it.
It really is.
Like I watched every fucking single goddamn frame aspect that was released of Scream 6 and you know how insane that would have been to go watch that without seeing anything. Like I need to pick out a horror movie that's coming out that I'm excited for, but not watch the trailer for it at all.
I mean, that's what I did. I haven't done with a horror movie yet, but I do that with I did it with Dune.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm doing with the second part now too. Like I didn't see any trailers for the first Dune when that came out. I saw it like fresh in the theater.
I heard Dune was quite the experience.
It's really good.
Like,
it's really good.
It was like a movie.
It's like an epic. It feels like an epic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I know they released a trailer for Dune 2. I haven't seen it yet. I don't plan on seeing it until after I see the movie.
Yeah.
Because I love that book. I love Dune. And like I feel like my experience was better not watching the trailer for the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely
It's
worth
also
watching.
so hard because like we go and watch movies every fucking multiple
And
times
you
a
see
week,
and you see
and
the
you
like
always see trailers.
yeah, like I legit like
know.
when I went to the movies to like before Dune had come out and they played the trailer, I walked out and I came like and I texted my friend. I was like, "Let me know when the trailer's over so I can walk back in."
Just shut your eyes and go, wah, 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 wah.
Pretty much, that's what it was like. Yeah, I was like, I'm not watching the trailer. I refuse to. But now, like, based on this, now that we've gotten this release, we've seen it. What's your ranking of the entire series?
Oh,
Oh, that's hard.
I can give you my ranking right now, no problem.
do it.
It's Evil Dead 2 at the top,
Okay.
followed by
Evil Dead
2013,
2. Oh, okay.
Evil Dead 1,
Evil Dead 1, okay.
Rise, and Army of Darkness.
See, okay. Mine's somewhat similar, but I would do 2013, 2, Rise, Evil Dead 80 or 81. I forget which one.
I just say one. I just call it
81.
one.
Yeah, and then Army of Darkness.
Okay. What about you, B?
Yeah.
For me is 1, 2013, then it's Rise, then it's 2, then it's Army and Darkness. Then
I kind of love the consistency is that Army of Darkness is our last pick, which by no means means it's a bad movie. I like
not a bad.
the entire Evil Dead franchise has like
you know?
nothing wrong. Like it has like no missteps whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's just that like in terms of my pure enjoyment of them, I just happen to enjoy the other ones more.
Yeah.
Like when I'm sitting down to watch them, I'm like, I usually watch them and I'm like, I kind of dread watching Army of Darkness just because it's like such a big departure from the other series, from like the other entries. I mean, I still think, really have fun with it and I really enjoy it. I actually really love the director's ending more than I do the original.
Ain't it hilarious like how much lower like we all have like the original? It's just like one of the first series where like
I know
the sequels are better.
I love that put first,
which is wild. Yeah. Well, except for VB's like top is the original.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it for me. It's just like the enjoyment because it's got like 2. It's got like that perfect blend of the horror and the comedy. Because one is it's played very serious.
One is just a horror movie, but it just unintentionally has a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah, I mean it's still a great movie. It's still
oh absolutely
top. Like it's definitely like a top 20 horror film for me.
Yep.
Yeah,
but I wish it was still standing that we could go to the cabin in Tennessee.
Right, but then they decided to burn it down.
Yeah, probably a good thing.
Yeah, because they were like so done with that movie by then. They were like, yeah, let's just burn this thing down. We're done with this.
Yeah,
because the making of was just so hectic and insane.
Yep.
Which is so weird because like most movies that have like troubled productions, not all of them, but most horror movies specifically that have troubled productions usually end up being like timeless, like long-lasting movies.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell's parents had to like take a mortgage out of their home to help them like finish production. Yeah, because they were like they ran out of money.
Yeah,
they didn't have enough money to cover everything.
Yeah, but you got stuff like that. You got something like Texas Chainsaw. That movie was literal hell to make, and look at like the impact that it's made and how popular it is.
Yeah.
And even to a certain extent, it's not as difficult as like something like TCM or Evil Dead was, but like Devil's Rejects. Rob Zombie had like as close as you can get to a nervous breakdown making that movie.
Yeah.
To the point where like he has a documentary, I think it's called like
I heard
21 Days in Hell or something like that.
Yeah, I need to watch that one. I heard recently though the new one that came out with the commentary lines, that everybody says it now sounds like Rob is not as fond of House of a Thousand Corpses.
He's never been super fond of
it. You would think
he's never really been
not very proud of that one.
No, he's never really been proud of it. Like he's like, yeah, it's a movie I made, but like he's like, it's not. It isn't how I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I think his masterpiece is Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, like
it is.
It's top that. I still think House of a Thousand Corpses is still my favorite one in that franchise.
Yeah,
just because I love the way that it's portrayed and like how it's shot and everything. But in terms of like actual cinematography and story and everything, Devil's Rejects is definitely his best movie. Period.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's never been like, he's gone on record multiple times to say that he doesn't really enjoy House of a Thousand Corpses that much. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. It was his first ever movie. It's definitely an experience, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I like it though.
Especially, I think a lot of it has to do with
I just wish
all the troubles that he had getting it distributed.
Yeah, I just wish they would expand, even do their own like solo movie on Dr. Satan, because he's such a cool character.
I'd love to see that.
That needs to be explored.
Yeah, I want that. But I mean, do you guys have anything else to add to this discussion / review of Evil Dead Rise?
Oh, really? Go watch it. That's
Go watch it. It's a fun movie.
Watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Watch it in theaters for sure.
Yeah,
while you can.
While it's still available in theaters, definitely go to a theater, experience it in a theater.
Yeah.
With friends, because it's a lot of fun with friends.
If for anything, that cold opening, so you can see that awesome title card.
Just for that.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Yep. But yeah, that's really all we have for this episode. Before we leave, we're just gonna do our housekeeping here. Whoever wants to start, they can go ahead and talk a little bit about what they got. Vania, go. You first. Since nobody said anything.
You said Kyle.
No, I said Kyle, whoever. Bro. I said whoever wants to.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Cheese and crackers.
Anyway, so hi guys, I am HHN Cultist on Twitter and on YouTube. So if you guys want to follow my little horror rants on Twitter, you're more than welcome to do so. Trying to get Premiere up and running, but as soon as I do, hopefully I'll start vlogging very, very soon. I feel like I say that every episode, but money is tight. Things are happening. Trying to buy a house, that kind of thing. So yeah, life is happening, but after that, it's spooky season all the way through. But there's other more interesting people on this podcast. So Kyle, where can we find you?
Hello. I'm on Twitter as Kyle S. Prescott, where I post about horror, wrestling, goth music, Motionless and White, etc. I'm also on Instagram as I think the same username, Kyle S. Prescott. I haven't made any posts in a long time per se, but I have started using the story feature, and I'm trying to use Instagram more, as far as story feature. I'll make posts whenever I can think of something to post, and I may try and possibly make TikTok content. I don't know yet though. I'm kind of nervous about it, so I haven't really got the confidence as other people do for TikTok. But if I ever do that, I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, for sure.
I have one that I do post Motionless and White stuff on, but that's easy to do. Yeah. But yeah.
And then for me, you can find me on Twitter at itbeyusef. I post random bullshit all the time. And dad jokes.
A lot of puns.
Dad jokes all the time.
Dad jokes galore. And occasionally, just random horror or just movie stuff in general. And then you can also find me on Instagram at Yussef1220. I mostly post on just stories there. I don't really do a whole lot of Instagram posts either. And then for our podcast, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Slasher as Sounds from the Grave. And we're also on our podcast itself. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor, anywhere you listen to podcasts, as well as our YouTube channel. So there's plenty of ways to listen or view our content. And that's really all we got for you guys. So thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. And we hope you have a good day or good night when you're listening to this, and that you stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Oh, getting a phone call. Some guys want me to come play a game with them. I'm gonna get off here now.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.